Hello gamers, it's your favorite Cypher main in the US of A, Maddox here, and we're doing another VoD review. So today we're going to be watching Phoenix, right, very cool, on Haven. What rank? I don't fucking know, alright, leave it up in the air. Looks like he's playing with maybe some buddies, we'll see what happens. And, we'll try to see the good, the bad, and everything in between, and try to give some helpful advice in order to improve him as a player. So, nonetheless, let's get this started and get the show on the road. I don't like ghosts on Phoenix. I feel like they make his shit too hard. Okay, silver 2? Okay. I just need to know, what the rank is so I can put it on the title card.
Why can't you focus?
Personally, I don't really care if you use ghost or chest armor. I just say it because I'd rather have 2 flashes.
Oh no. I had some
Let's see.
for 30. He's injured.
So, just something that you might want to consider in, right? Now, if you are an arm or a wrist player, right, or combination of the both, this can greatly determine how high you put your sense. I feel like your sense might be on the high side, just based off how you're flicking. You'll like flick over and you'll kind of overshoot it by a bit, and then bring it back to the spot you want it to be. You might want to lower your sense. If you're a wrist player, high sense is fine because you're using your wrist, right, to move across the screen and to flick. Doesn't matter the distance, you just use your wrist. Now, if you're an arm player, you just use your arm, right? You get a little bit more precision. You use a little bit more muscle. You might want to consider lowering it down. But if you're a combination of the both, where you use your wrist for, close, right? Like this is me. Like this is usually my range for wrist. If I do anything out of this area, right, then I use my arm. You might want to make it a little bit lower. Again, it's up to personal preference. It looks like it's a little high. I think maybe you could lower it a little bit. The lower your senses, the more consistent you'll be. I do know that in this game, though, it can be a little bit tough if you have a low sense because, sometimes you'll see a jet updraft and dash over you, race satchel in. Someone just goes in really quickly. Like, I can see how that could be a problem. But for the most part, just, again, my recommendation. As we see, like, obviously, you whiff a couple shots there. So let's just skip over to the next round. You guys lose that one. You guys should be saving here. Okay, so again, I wouldn't buy utility here because if I have the utility, I might end up using it. I'd rather just save the money, make sure I can buy it Vandal, full armor, full shields, right, and then 2 flashes because you should have 4,300 next round, right? If you don't buy anything here, but you bought, so you should have around 3,700, I think. So you just have to be careful about that. Careful about how you spend your money. I wish I could see if... So your jet bought. I don't know if anyone else bought.
We're gonna rush through garage. Go. No. Go quick. Go.
I wouldn't use what's the point of the wall? Right? Like you just kind of wasted it. I would either I wouldn't flash, right? But if you're gonna do something like this, like if you're gonna use your wall, maybe use it to cut off this angle here, right? Like flash out, use the wall to cut off the angle that B guys can see, and then maybe try to sneak CT or flank on the site. The reason why the wall's a waste is you're already in there. They can't see your teammates running up this hallway. You're like literally the first contact that they'll see. So like it's just a waste of $200, right? I'm fine with the first flash you threw. This wall though, kind of a waste.
Oh no.
Unlucky. There's a wall. Saw the camera up there. You guys are in a slow. There's a ghost. There's a ghost right next to you, right? That you should have maybe tried to pick up. 4v2, 1 long.
So
You gotta shoot that. So like again, just gotta be more consistent with our aim here. You gotta be able to shoot that dart right away. So and then obviously, I think that was you that said it, right? Well, we gotta double peek that one. But calm to your team. Hey, I'm about to peek this guy long. Can someone peek with me? And then you guys both peek at the same time. Be like, hey, can we peek long? Someone peek long with me. I'm gonna peek tight. Someone peek wide. And then you guys go. Count it down. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Right? Boom. But yeah, that's like again, these are some of the problems I saw with this round. Let's just kind of see how else it plays out the other rounds.
What's a better buy here, Vandal or fucking Phantom on offense?
So like Vandal or Phantom, if that was like your question, right? Or whoever asked that, it's always up to preference. I do find that, however, if I know I'm going to be taking some relatively close angle fights or I'm going to be playing relatively close to the enemy, I opt to go for the Phantom just because I can run and gun with it. Vandal, you can kind of run and gun, but obviously it shoots slower, so it could take a little bit longer to kill and might not be the most optimal choice to use. But again, if I'm taking like some like long range fights like A long or holding short, C long, garage from grass or mid, I'll take the Vandal.
Yeah, I feel like
Here, come garage again. We're gonna push garage hard.
Cypress set up there.
How hard?
That's pretty cool.
Mm. Oof. Okay, so let's rewind this. Okay, so I like the jiggle peek, right? Let's talk about things I like. I like the jiggle peek. I like you don't commit to a spray, right? For the most part. But let's kind of see like what happened here. Let's kind of slow it down so we can kind of analyze this a little bit further. So, boom, peek in, right? Jiggle it. You pre-fire jiggle. Love it. Okay, love that. Do that whenever you can, right? You try to shoot through the wall. Don't know about that. You shoot and then you you burst. Fine with the burst, but then you instantly try to burst again. Your crosshair, your aim's gonna be thrown off. You have to give it a little bit more time. As we can see, your aim, you're aiming here, but your bullets, you're kind of moving and shooting. So like that. You probably hit that guy like 2 or 3 times, but it looked like it through the wood wall. So probably did like 70 damage, somewhere around those lines. But again, those were like the major problems that I saw. I like the jiggle, I like the pre-fire. Just gotta wait in between your bursts a little bit longer instead of bursting and then instantly trying to burst again. And yeah, we kind of see what happened here. Heal yourself.
Asshole.
Should be rushing that guy. Slow. I wouldn't commit to this. Excellent. Fall back. Teammate dies there. Cypher and Sage are here. Got to be careful about your mid. You are. Boom. Oh, okay. That's some player control here. Let's look at this one more time. Just so we can kind of see what happened. I just want to say you started shooting. Your crosshair wasn't on him. Boom. Flash in. Boom. Again, high sense. You flick away too far here. Boom. And then you start shooting. Crosshair was like not on him for a good portion of that time. Kill him that time though. Thank God. God bless. Bless up. Gotta preempt the window. You gotta be careful of the window too. 1v3, Sage and Cypher were there. Jet unknown. See, so like in this situation here, I would probably be running towards A. I would assume the Jet already rotated over, especially in low elo. They usually rotate really quick. Either they flank through, right? They push through, right? Or they're falling back, sorry. And they're rotating through their side of the map. I would probably just run up long A and just, obviously clear sight. You got to be careful about short in case you don't clear this way. So now you have to be careful about long. But I would have gone pretty quick, right? So now it comes up to like, this is what you can do now, right? Once you're up here, there's a couple ways I would do this. Either push in before I plant, or after I plant the bomb, try to push in and get an early pick, right? Because we have to try to isolate these battles. Whenever you're in a 1vx situation where X is the number of enemies, you have to try to make them ISOs and make them one-on-ones, right? And try to win those 1v1s. If you pick a 1-on-2, you're highly unlikely gonna, lose that 1-on-2. It's possible, right? So let's just throw out like it's like 90% chance, 95% chance you're gonna lose that. But obviously there's still the 5, 10, 1% chance that you do actually win it. But we want to play the odds. 1v1, it's a 50-50, right? If you're in a really good spot, sorry, I had to turn off my heater. If you're in a really good spot, like there's a good chance of the time like you catch them off. That's a very easy pick. And then obviously if your aim sucks, not gonna be that easy. But if your aim's decent, good spot, kill them, blah blah blah. But anyways, let's kind of see how you play this out. Get the bomb down, right? Push in after this. Try to get a 1 kill. Fall back and play the 1v2.
30 seconds left.
Okay, I don't know what you're spazzing about. don't know if you heard anything or not. I can tell. I want to say you didn't hear anything, but you could have, obviously, because sounds a little bit
Why the
muted
fuck
toward
am I
me.
flat, dude? It was literally full.
But yeah, you need to get the bomb down. Need to make a play. Now they should know you tapped the bomb. 3 times. They should all be coming. They could be grouped up together.
10 seconds left.
Playing a little bit too wide. You saw this guy. You had to get off the bomb there and then try to kill this guy. This guy peeked in by himself, right? And then okay, so you did dink. You dinked him. I thought you maybe hit a couple body shots on the jet, but you did do 110. You kind of fucked up the Cypher a little bit. So this is This was actually a really really winnable round. You would have to assume that maybe the jet had 100 HP or 61 HP, or the jet or the Cypher had 100 HP because he got healed by the Sage. But yeah, so obviously you fucked up a couple times there. You probably heard something. I'm assuming that's why you kind of spazzed out, but you had to get that bomb down and try to make a play.
I meant to do it as a strategy. I was like,
No. Like,
It's about the animation.
animation fucked me, dude. You might have to push right here.
no worries. We're chilling, boys and girl. I think I heard a girl.
So you guys force up. I don't know about this. Okay, so now you're peeking this with a worse gun, right? You can't be trying to commit to these sprays, especially with the Spectre. The Spectre, in my opinion, the Spectre spray spray pattern is fucking atrocious. Very hard to get kills with that. Again, you pre-fire it, but I wouldn't commit to it. That's the only thing I would change here because again, you have a shit gun, right? If you had a better gun, Vandal or a Phantom, I would be like, okay, it's fine. Obviously, you want to aim for the head. You kind of fucked up his body and his legs, and then he had a better gun than you, headshots you and kills you. Oh, if he had full armor, he might not have killed you. Obviously, he probably would have killed you, but a little bit later. It took a little bit longer to kill you. So fast forward in. Yes, lost. So let's look at everyone's money. See, this is one thing too. People in lower levels don't understand is buying and saving together, so everyone can be on the same page to give us the best chance. Because Jet buys, Reyna buys. All right, sick. Sova can get a Guardian, probably a Bulldog. Right, this guy can force up, a rifle and that, and then you're gonna have a Stinger armor. Our buy is not the best bet. If we all had rifles, obviously that gives us the best chance. If some of us have rifles, obviously not gonna be as good, right? Of a chance to win, possible, but not that good.
Yeah, I don't know why Cypher pushed out like that. I told him that Cypher's gonna be there, and you pushed it here. If I know Jet's playing that right side, I would swap him.
Sova's gonna be playing here.
Cypher died. Our flanks are gonna be open. I would not have ulted. Why do we ulti here, right? I think a better time to ulti is when you have a better gun, right? Or maybe you ask your teammate for a gun to run in with it, and then when you come back, you just give it back. Obviously, that's possible, but I don't expect that level of comprehension and understanding of the game to do that at this level. Again, food for thought. But here, again, it's 4v5. If you guys are up 5v4, right? If you ulti in, that's sick, right? Because then, you can create space and kind of clear out angles for your teammates. In a 4v5, it gets a little bit tough. And you also have a ghost. These are a couple variables that tell me not to ulti, right? If you had a good gun in a 4v5, maybe, right? Because everyone has good guns. We have good post plant shit we can throw. But in this situation, down 4v5, you have a shit gun. I wouldn't be advocating for you to do this. Get a pick, nice. Get the gun. Oh, you didn't get the gun before you died. Unlucky. There's a gun to the left though.
Yo, we need
Just run out. So this guy with bomb, this Sova's dumb because he starts planning without clearing sight.
we need to swing him. He's backside. I just wanted.
That was, you flashed in, right? You got that kill. Would have been sick if you got the gun. Obviously you didn't, but your Sova just needed not to plant there right away. That was really, really
I
bad.
was trying to grab a. Yeah, no, I did that the first time they killed the soul, but then I needed her gun. I needed his gun because I only had a ghost. But then I was gonna push out to grab the gun, and then Shani was caught in cover.
Let's go see
and got
long.
killed by Reyna. We need one go in mid.
So if you know Cypher's going to be here, it would be in your best interest too to kind of spam these walls, left side or right side, and aim for like crouch level, because that's probably where his trip is going to be. It's either going to be crouch level or it's going to be usually on the ground. One of those two spots, common, right? Obviously, it could be at a different angle, right? It could be like maybe like halfway through crouch, right, to try to throw you off. But again, like you can jump over if you were lurking. You can break it too once you get close. But like if we want to break it early in the round to kind of put some pressure, that works as well. As well as if we're gonna run in here, it's good to kind of shoot it and pre-kill it. That way you guys can like run in without trying to look for it,
Push in, push in.
or asking your Sova to.
Push in.
That's the one way it gets killed, so we don't have to worry about a trip close. Don't run in like there's no reason here to run in with your knife because he's gonna call rotates, right? His camera breaks, right? He saw a Sova dart, right? Like he should know there's a couple guys be long. He should be calling for some rotates over. There's no reason for you to have your knife out here. This guy's backside obviously kills you because you're jumping around like an idiot. And here we go. So you die. Bam.
Unfortunately.
Exactly.
Okay, let's kind of analyze this again, right? And this could be like, it looked like the flick was off. It looked like some okay spray control here for a second. But again, let's just kind of see what happened. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. You swing out, flick, all right, and you start shooting. Obviously, it's a little bit left here. But again, your flick is off. Spray control. You kind of correct it, but then you don't correct it like it starts going up more and you don't bring it down more. And that kind of throws off the rest of your bullets. And you ding him through the wood. This could have been a kill maybe.
No way, dude. I fucking dinged him in the head.
But again, we want to try we want our flicks to be as precise as possible, and we don't want to start shooting until our crosshair's on them.
Fucking Odin, bro.
Obviously, there's sometimes where you can pre-fire. That wasn't one of those times. So like, if you think the guy's gonna jiggle you, that guy was just posted up, right? Definitely gotta punish that guy for holding that angle like that.
Yo, yo, yo. Jed is over here.
How did I not? I get headshot through the wall, but I'm not headshotting him? And he's crouching? You're getting
That's from
fucked.
short. Pushed in, killed you. Unlucky. Chip was already pretty close.
There's gonna be one. Yeah, there's gonna be one point show now.
Why do we force every round? That is life's greatest question. I wish I had life's greatest answer here, because we should be trying to save money so we can consistently get rifles up.
You're fucking smoked.
That's-
so crazy, bro.
Cypher doing his
He had a
thing.
camera.
Good flash.
Cypher different.
Should not have crouched there. You probably killed that guy. That guy wasn't even looking at you. Yeah, if you don't crouch when that Reyna peeks you, you probably kill her. The round might play out slightly different because you get an upgraded gun.
They always play counter aggressive. They push one else to work from angles.
Anglo Saxon, bro.
Honestly, the team you guys are playing against, they just rotate to sound. Like I don't like they might push. Like I haven't seen obviously how all the rounds play out, but they just heavy rotate wherever you guys make noise. You guys would probably have a lurker this game.
Shoddy, stop pushing out. I told you to not.
Could easily push mid on you guys. No one's holding mid. If you look at your mini map, you see no one's holding it.
He's using utilities.
You gotta
straight
think
up.
about it.
Fine, just play back. Nice. Good. That was actually an amazing pick. Amazing
Let's
pick.
go see.
Okay, now how we play off of this, we gotta see where they're at.
See.
2B, 1 on C. We should just be sprinting up A.
They're
Yeah, hard push C, hard push C, hard push C, hard push C.
Wait, hold on. What's the other guy A?
go see. See.
Are they all there? I don't know where she's at. I wish I wish I could see the entire map. Are they all three there?
They're
Yeah, hard push C, hard push C, hard push C.
They
hard
might be
push
all three there. I don't know.
Cypher, I need you to throw your cage here.
me, fucking idiot.
5v2. Team's garage. Do not hold the flank from right here. Right? This is such a bad area to hold it from. Because what if they run in backside? They see you looking here. Right? If your jet dies, obviously, like, just go push back the flank. We know Reyna was actually
Last
CT
team,
because she threw flashes.
That was easy.
Right? See, these are all things we have to keep in our heads when we're playing. Like, should I be holding flank from this angle? Probably not. Like until we know where the jet's at, because it was Jet and Reyna live. Because she could have pushed down mid, obviously, but Reyna did flash in CT, so we know she's CT at least. Jet unknown. Then once Jet is killed, then we know where Reyna's at. And these are all things you have to keep in your head, right? In order to be a skilled player.
It's
These
just
are
all
like
it
some of the
is
check
they're
marks.
Pushing like a bunch of trash cans is catching us off guard. Because who plays like that?
Lots of people play like that. Even in Radiant, people just push like idiots.
So you don't need to. They're not good.
They,
Just play
they
back.
punish you for pushing up onto them while they're pushing on you. So all you have to do is play back.
Yeah.
Play back, play back. Do you mind if I don't mind?
Mm.
You actually missed that. He actually got caught in that. Now I
From
shot him.
where?
Positional error on you for pushing up.
From where did I get hit though? I wasn't pushing lower. I was just.
One day.
Oh my god.
Unlucky, had a shit gun. Bulldog's bad sometimes.
Pushed. Why am I not surprised? To your right, far right.
What I would do in this situation, right? I would flash mid before I peeked, cleared it, maybe get into this corner here or along this wall, tell someone to cover my body and ulti up in the B.
Safer, you should take it.
The reason why I would flash here is because I know this Jet likes to peek, and we want to try to get a free kill if possible if he's out in the open.
Where we going, guys?
I'm gonna peek mid. I'm gonna peek mid.
Let's go. Right here.
Yeah,
Let's
we
just
can
fuck
peek
him
mid.
up.
Right here.
Oh my god, dude.
I wouldn't have ulted there. This is kind of far, right? Like, you want to try to be as close as possible. Like either here to ulti garage or maybe right here to ulti into B. Because, time, like this thing only lasts for so long. And obviously, if you ulti back where you just did, it's going to take you some time to get here, right? So, like by the time, let's just see how long the bar.
Shannon op. That's a
So,
good pick.
boom, right? We already wasted like a third of it running here to where if we just ulted to that wall, that's where our starting point could be. So you're not going to have as long of a time if they're not peeking you to kind of clear out all the different angles. Saw one guy's
No
back
fucking
sight.
way.
Now again, let's say you had an extra. If you had like again, like I think again, an extra third of your ulti left, you might have been able to get this kill. So again, we're not playing to utilize and be efficient here with this Phoenix
Where's
ulti.
bomb? Cypher, be careful. Don't go through that.
Oops.
Don't go through that.
Let's go in, flash.
Take a seat. Take a seat. Take a seat. Don't go through that way. Just take a seat.
Unlucky, and again, that's just bad spray control right there.
Take a seat.
Need to be a little bit more
You know
consistent.
where he is. You know.
Unfortunately.
Why you went wrong? My only
I can't believe we're
I'm
losing. this like this.
demoting.
Here.
We're losing because we're not trading kills and we're not peeking when we should. There's a lot of factors that don't make. We need a double watch me sometimes.
Push A hard.
Reyna's playing short.
Don't have a knife out. This guy could easily just swing you. There's no reason for you to believe that no one could swing you here. So just have your gun out while you run.
Push hard.
Flash. Stop quick switching. Like, you get the kill, sick. Now just keep your gun out because there could be a second guy here. We don't know. Right?
Okay. Somebody watch flank.
Brandon, use your ult.
Okay, we could tag by the dart still somehow. Like, break the dart for your teammate, right? Like, You see the dart come across your screen, get short, get ready to break it because we know it's going to land against this wall. I mean, it could bounce, but you know, for the most part, this is where a lot of people throw their darts, either here or up above you. Should be ready to break these every time. One thing I see a lot of at lower levels, like diamonds even, right, is they don't like to break utilities. Sova drone, Cypher dart, or sorry, Sova dart, Cypher camera, right? Like we got to be able to break those if they're like obviously in easy spots to break. But looking for them too is also really good. Then obviously don't get pinged by it.
Yo, what?
And again, we're taking aim battles. Like you're not having like a really good aim kind of day, right? I would be playing a little bit more smarter here, right? Trying to kill time and trying to take favorable engagements, right? With either your flashes or with the Sova dart so you can see them, so you can pre-fire and pre-aim, right? But taking these 50-50s against guys like he's not using util, you're not using util to get advantage, like, you know, positional like aim advantage, right? It's just a 50-50. You're not winning a lot of your 50-50s in this game, right? So you shouldn't be taking these 50-50s. You should be playing, like I said, smart, playing back, playing time, especially when the bomb's down. 9-3, you know, it's not the end of the world.
Because if no one's gonna like,
So whenever I have a Cypher on my team, wherever site he plays at, I'm kind of playing more retakey towards that site and just trying to stack towards the other side. But, oh, Cypher, you got this right by yourself. Obviously, if he wants help, you can help. But I would kind of leave him by himself since he has trips and cams.
exactly, you like, I'm looking, maybe it's a positional error on me, maybe, but like, fuck, dude.
Let's go.
Yo, Eastbound, are you foreign? 4-11? Got him.
They're pushing C, quick. Rotate fast.
Hey, he's fucking frenzy, bro.
One more there.
One's there.
Good kill. I would push mid. Okay, we know they're pushing C, right? We know they're pushing C. They're already up garage. If you're kind of scared to go this way, by all means, just go ahead and push mid and flank garage that way, or flank through C spawn, T spawn, sorry, right? And flank that C side, right? There's no rule that says, hey, you have to rotate through this way, right? Like you can easily just push through mid here if you know they're going quick towards C, and you kill the Cypher. So, and that's usually someone that's lurking. Could be Reyna too, but like let's just assume it's a Cypher. And you're peeking mid.
They're on C.
Bomb's just going down, so you got 40 seconds, right? You got plenty of time. That guy's dead. You're clearing no corners. Literally, like, could literally be a guy under you anywhere, right? You're not clearing anything. Your crosshair's just kind of like, you know, doing your own thing. This guy's fucking lost. That guy just,
Got the
that's unlucky.
I'm forcing here, I don't care. I'm gonna fuck them all up right now.
Forcing here would not be bad because we are down 10-3.
This one, Phoenix Media, let's fight these motherfuckers. If they come here, we kill them.
They're gonna push C. Watch, guaranteed.
If they push C, dude, I'll be pissed off.
Stop.
Oh wow, they're pushing C. Look at that.
Alright,
Crosshair placement, right? Like we don't want to put our crosshair along the wall unless we're pre-aiming and gonna pre-fire one angle, right? But if we were worried about they could literally be anywhere here, just pre-aiming at the wall constantly is a really bad habit you have to break. Usually put it, if you're clearing slowly, right, it's fine to put it on the corner, or you can put a little bit spaced off because you're scared that they might swing you, right? That's usually where you want to put your crosshair at, but like just aiming at the wall is never going to be your best friend, right?
that's me.
One enemy remaining.
Let's go flash.
Okay.
Yep, she flashed out long. She's coming long.
Nice.
Okay, so, you know, solid round by your Sova. Obviously could have used some improvement by you there, just with crosshair placement in general. But again, not the end of the world.
7 and 11. Holy shit, that's ass.
So again, yeah, like, well, why flash, right? Like if you know if they're running at you, obviously you can catch them off, but you got to be careful that they could run at you in the situation. But if they don't know you're here, walking up and not giving away, like if you walk up like this, right? Like maybe it's in your best interest not to flash to give away that you're close. Sometimes peeking it, right, and seeing if they are holding you. If they are, then you can flash, right, and then repick if you want to, or flash just to get out. But or if they're not holding you, you can just walk up and just keep walking up. And like that, you have a flash out when you should have the gun, like I said. And yeah, that's unlucky.
They killed me.
This game is awful bad.
One more to your
Especially
ulti.
in this game, it's actually like pissing me off.
They could be up long off timing here, so you have to be careful about that. They are. One more there. Fall
Another
back.
guy was shot.
Ulti. Your teammate's holding short.
No, jet hit from
Go back
170.
spawn. Now that
But
your
we take
Reyna
it.
died. Now that your Reyna died, I would just get rid of ulti from here. It's alright. That's an okay ulti spot. You gotta be careful if they run up.
Bro, how?
Two there. One was holding flank.
Same shit, 130.
Do not want to get pinged by darts. Because they're gonna rotate. They saw two there at least. Sova and you got pinged by darts. Now we need to play
What's
back.
the
Gotta be
wall?
careful.
Here.
Yep, they're on C.
Spike planted.
Play together, play together. It's a 1v1, I'm pretty sure. I got your back, so.
Yeah, if you want to break that wall. Why is my Cypher taking an hour to rotate? They can't be B because there's a trip there, so you don't need to look there. Clear all your corners. You didn't clear all your corners. Last guy's on site. You just killed your teammate.
Yes, sir. Oh, you gotta go down.
Might have barely got it.
Got it.
Okay. I would peek this. I would jiggle this, right? You don't want to stand still because you don't want to make yourself an easy target. So keep jiggling, right? But like be able to see it, and you do are able to see like a crack. Wouldn't waste my molly yet. They're not going to be there up instantly, right? We know they're coming, right? And we also kind of want them to hard commit, and then molly on top of them. So we might want to delay your molly by like a second, like or at least go towards the entrance.
No.
Teammate dies because she plays close against shit guns.
Coming A short.
Okay, and you got way too tunnel vision, right? Because they easily could have come up long, right? And they could have like flanked you on default side, and I think that's where you got shot from. No. Okay, the Cypher killed you, but the Jet was able to get like a tag on you from long. So again, it's just being aware of okay, your teammate dies short. Now you have to be careful about short and long. You kind of have to decide on what angle you're going to expose yourself to, and you were kind of pushing up on short, which I'm fine with. Obviously, you want to be able to break that camera a lot more instant. Don't get too tunnel vision on your crosshair until you see them, right? Because no one was on your crosshair. You placed that camera up, you could have broken that with plenty of time to flick back. But as soon as you push in, right, you're pushing this side, finding the crack in the wall. Again, I'm fine with that, right? But you can't run back like this and then expose yourself to that crack and then to the guys coming up long, right? You can't forget about the guys that are running through your molly trying to come up long, okay? But that's like one of the biggest things.
I'm like getting pinned from
Is
distance. Fuck
like yeah, you're getting pinned. That wall there it can be your friend though, and can limit the angles because they can't wide swing you from short. Because then if you go far right side into this corner here, next to double stack, and then focus on the guys swinging sight and they come back sight, you can easily kill those guys, and those guys short can't trade you because of that wall. Now if you're exposing yourself to that crack, right? Obviously you can get traded, but like I said, you have to be able to adapt and know how to play these different situations, and we have to use a little bit of critical thinking here of okay, I'm getting pushed in from two sides. How exactly am I going to position myself? Oh, I should probably fall back, or I should probably maybe fight short here. Oh, there's a sage wall there. Okay, I can work with this. There's a gap. Maybe I try to get a pick, and then cut off what angles I'm exposed to, because you should be able to look at that crack and realize okay how far they can peek out, right, and where you can go to not be exposed to that crack. Or you could like stay back default, for instance, right? Because they can't get through that crack, and then you just like kill them as they come in from long side or from short to default to long or to back side, and you just kill them, right? Those are two different ways you could have played that situation a little bit better. While we don't know which one would have been more successful, those were probably like the best ways, right? In like a Radiant's head, those are the two best ways you could have played that situation. Obviously, you did not choose the best way because you decided to run back and expose yourself to bull. But I digress. Let's talk about, looks like we're coming on to like the last round or the second to last round here. You're one away from ult. If I don't see anything here, I might just get this ult orb if I was you. You're doing it. Lovely. I love to see it.
Pushing long. They're pushing long, Garage. We're kidding? We not have anyone B?
B.
You gotta come on with me.
No
Good
way.
kill. I would fall back. I would ulti in. So you have a really good shot. Again, I would my ulti to
two
push him
fucking
back.
kills. Nobody-
But they killed this garage guy and a ceiling guy.
You're planning on
I would
C.
say they're going to, yep. So, like, again, we got to look at where our teammates died at in this situation, right? If they kept pushing on B, right, we know Sova was there too, and you killed two. Awesome, good job. But we noticed that they killed someone in garage. As soon as I look up at my minimap and I see that X, that blue X in garage went up, all right, they might just rotate to C off of that. Maybe I should save my ulti, like, delay it by, like, a half second. If you know they're pushing in the B still, right? Obviously, like, if Sova and Sage were there, and the Cypher killed whoever's in garage, be like, okay, maybe the Cypher's trying to lurk up. But again, we have to be able to react to this kind of information that we see and process it quicker, right? And the faster you can do that, the easier it is for you going to analyze these situations and pick the best course of action for you to do. So obviously you're running
I
in
need
trying to
someone
get...
be first. Okay, or you could just sit in their garage.
It's fucking retarded.
So you have two choices here, right? One is you molly this off and push CT with your teammate. Your second choice is to flash this and try to clear garage and pinch with your teammate as you push the CT. Now, in my personal preference here, I would just molly it, right? So he can't peek me and then rush in with my teammate, right? But if I'm feeling a little risque, right, I would flash in, try to find this guy and take that aim battle. If I were you in this situation, I'm not having a really sick day shooting. I'll just molly it, run in, tell my teammate to come, let's go, let's trade out, and then go. Would molly that cage because you can creep out of it. Like, you don't need there's no reason for you to hold this, right? The bomb is ticking. This is just killing time. And if you're like focusing on this, right, you're just wasting more time that you could be using trying to clear out the site and getting on bomb. Like, either leave it, like let him cage that, right? Okay, we know he can't shoot like from here. He would have to push out. Like, fuck him. All right, he has to walk. If he runs out, we'll hear him. So he has to walk out, and we don't want to give time. Like, as we're running here, like to the CT entrance, to C, we look at the cage, right? And as soon as we're not exposed to this cage angle anymore, we don't give a fuck about it, okay? Or, molly it and then fucking rotate off, whatever. But looking at it the entire time, kind of being scared, like, it literally does no favors
They're
for
giving
anyone.
you the point for free. Push.
Exactly. I got the shotgun.
Remaining.
Cypher,
Okay,
please. Garage.
Standing.
Fake defuse.
That time. Unlucky. And that's going to conclude this VoD review. So let me just break it down, give you a brief summary of what I saw and what needs to be done, right? And then if you have any questions, feel free to message me on Reddit, YouTube, Discord, Twitch, Twitter, whatever, all right? But anyways, first point being, spray control / aim / sense. I think maybe if you had a lower sense, this game could be a little bit easier for you so you can be a little bit more consistent with your aim. Now, I feel like your flicks, right, sometimes go over the mark just because you're playing on such a high sense that it causes you to overshoot it, okay? This is just my own from my own observations. Maybe you do have a low sense. Maybe you just haven't practiced with the sense enough, right? It could be a multiple things. But I think from what I've seen, you have a high sense and you need to lower it in order to get a little bit more consistent. Spray control wise, like, just this could tie into sense, right? Like, if you had a lower sense, it might be a lot easier for you to control your spray or pull down more, even because you have to pull down extra on the lower sense, and that could fix it. I don't know, but your spray control, go against the wall if you have to, shoot against the wall, just kind of see what's the rate at which it goes up, right? So you can kind of mimic it. Well, you're not going to know if it goes left or right because these sprays are random in this game. The first 5-6 bullets on the Phantom and the Vandal usually follow the same pattern of they go up and slightly to the right. So all you have to do is pull down, go slightly to the left, and then where it goes from there is anyone's fucking guess. But first one is aim. That's kind of what I would need you to work on, like those things specifically. Obviously, I could have said other things throughout this entire VoD review. Those are my main summary points for that part, right? Second one would be kind of like game sense, decision making, right? And I want to just reference that round with that Sage Wall again one more time. Like, you have to see when new variables come up, right? Oh shit, okay, like if my Reyna was still alive, I would fall back, ulti, and fight long, right? as soon as she died, my game plan changes. Okay, I'm getting pinched in from both sides. Either I, pick one side to fight, long, short, right, and then try to hold it until my teammates rotate in. But then, obviously, if let's say we try to fight short, oh, sage walled. Okay, cool. She sage walled this. There's a crack there, but they can't push through it. I know they have to come around left side default. Let me just fight that, right? Or let me try to get a pick on short through the crack, and then fall off into the corner next to double stack in short, right? Again, it instantly anyone at a high level can that's really smart can instantly think of these kinds of solutions. Obviously, you're not there yet. You're a bronze, silver, gold player, right? I don't expect you to, but what I do expect you to do is start thinking about these kinds of things so it becomes second nature to you, right? You have to consciously think about some of the things in order for you to start doing it instinctively. So I'm just bringing this up so you can start thinking about it, all right? Don't feel like you have to make every correct decision, but try, right? Try coming up with some really quick split second decisions and seeing how it goes. And then obviously, if it doesn't work out, critically think about what went wrong, what went right. Is there anything I could have done different? Right? Was there another option I had in this situation? And that is the only way you're going to improve the mental side of the game is by making mistakes, right? Because no one's a perfect player. We all make mistakes, especially in a lower bracket. I don't expect you to be the perfect player. But, we have to attempt to do these kinds of things in order to get better at it. Sometimes sucking dick is the first way to being good, all right? So anyways, I think those were the two biggest points, right? Decision making and aim that I saw, right? Obviously, there's parts of aim and then parts of decision making, but again, what I saw. All right, if you have any questions about what I said, or if you need me to go a little bit more in depth, or you want to purchase another VoD review from me because I'm the best at this, then please message me on Discord, Twitter, Reddit, wherever. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Pokemon Mega Evolution, Science, Cockfighting.